Hey family. Today I'm doing one of my mom's favorites. It's a Polish style dish, and I've done a version of this on the channel before, a little bit different. So we're going to do sauerkraut, mashed potatoes, and beef smoked sausage. It's going to be kind of like a casserole. So we're going to start with our mashed potatoes, and you can use your whatever, recipe you like for your potatoes. And I'm using the most simple recipe. Potatoes, butter. I'm using about 3/4 of a stick of butter, and I used about 5 or 6 huge potatoes, large potatoes. Mash them, squish them, and again, whatever method you like. If you want to use a what do they call it? A mixer or whatever, do that. I prefer this, a little bit of elbow grease. Never hurt nobody. And like I said, season them to your liking. I'm doing simple salt and pepper, no garlic, no nothing. If you want to, you can add the garlic, but I'm not. And as far as the milk in this recipe, very minimal milk because you want these potatoes thick and you want them to stand up. Okay, we don't want no creamy, dreamy potatoes in here. Okay. And one other thing that I'm going to add to this recipe that I don't normally add is coriander. Y'all, I have been on this kick. I've been using a ton of coriander and turmeric, and both of them bussin', bussin', bussin' with flavor. All right, you see how little it's like I said, it's about maybe a third of a cup, maybe not even that much of milk. And we're just gonna whip those up just a little bit. Now I got some butter going in this pot, and I'm gonna heat up my onions a little bit before I add my sauerkraut. And I have a small can of sauerkraut. Like I said, I'm doing just a very small um, helping. What helping? A very small portion. This is I'm making this for somebody else. This is not for my family. This is for somebody else. And y'all know we season every aspect of the dish. We already seasoned the potatoes. Now we're going to do these onions and sauerkraut. Again, very simple seasonings, just salt and pepper and that little bit of coriander. Okay, and oops, I almost forgot. This right here, y'all know this is my holy grail right here. Little bit of bacon drippings. Now you can eliminate those because like I said, we are using beef smoked sausage in this recipe. But this is how my mom did it. This is how her mom did it. They all use bacon drippings, and I'm going to keep the tradition going. And like I said, great value everything, y'all. If you know how to cook a little bit, you know what you're doing in the kitchen. You don't have to buy expensive stuff, you know. Store brand stuff will do just fine if you can burn. Okay, and I only put maybe about a half a teaspoon of that coriander in there, and y'all, it smells so good. So good. All right, and I'm going to use this entire thing of beef smoked sausage. And again, you can cut this however you want. You can make just great big long strips, or you can do it how I'm doing it here. All right, so I didn't have to prepare my pan. No butter, no oil, nothing in the pan. We're going to lay that sauerkraut down in there, and then we're going to top that with the potatoes, and then we're going to top that with a little bit of parsley. And again, you can omit the parsley. I'm just basically doing this so it'll look nice. It'll make the dish a little pretty. And then after that, we're going to top it with our sausage. And you don't have to cover this when you cook it, y'all. And I'm going to leave the recipe, the ingredients and everything in the comment section. So if you didn't follow along with the video or you forgot something, you can go ahead and, get right to the recipe, y'all. And like I said, this is so simple. Aside from like it, hot dogs or something like that, If there again, y'all, you can make this with hot dogs. or any other kind of sausage, you know. But like I said, this is what my mom always used. So we're going to do it the way she did it. And if you really wanted to be on some fatback stuff, you can take a little bit of melted butter. And after you place all those sausages on top, you can drizzle that melted butter on top. Y'all, it would just help that the sausage to brown a little bit, but you really don't need it, you know. Put this in the oven after you top it with the sausage on 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. And y'all will have the most beautiful, most delicious meal. And somebody would think you took all day long making this stuff. So, y'all, try this recipe out. Let me know how you like it, you know, or if you did something different, let me know that. Because I like to try it all different ways. There it is, y'all. Try it out. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed, y'all.